So first thing you got to do, if you do not have Share Factory on your PS4 or PS5, go to the Play Store, go into the search menu on the far right with the little magnifying glasses and type up the two words share and then put a space and then factory. It can't be one word, Share Factory. It's got to be share and then factory. Then you search it up. It's going to pull up the Share Factory. You download it until you open it up. Once you open it, this is the exact screen you're going to see. Okay. Now we haven't done anything yet. These are a bunch of things I do not use currently. So we're going to upload a video that we have already saved from playing games. Okay, so let's say you're playing, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're playing Division or Bloodborne or whatever you're playing. And you play and you want to save the last 20 minutes or 30 minutes of a video. On your PS5 controller, if you look at it, on the left side where your thumb is, the D-pad, the directional buttons, up, down, left, right, well, right up next to that is a little button. So if you want to save your 20 minutes of gameplay, let's say you played a really good game, you want to record it, you just press that little button and it's going to pull up this screen. And then you want to scroll to the left where it says Save Recent Gameplay. This is before we open Share Factory. You know, this is while you're playing your game. So you're playing your game, you win. Now you're like, wow, I want to save that gameplay. So you hit that little button. It's going to pull up this little menu here, like I said. You just hit X, save recent gameplay, and then you save as much. If you want to save 15 minutes, 30 minutes, because mine, I've only been on here 5 minutes, so it's only showing 5 minutes that I can save. But if you wanted to save a full video, it'll save up to 11 minutes for me, because that's as much as I've recorded right now. It'll say 1150/60, so you can save up to 60 minutes, up to an hour of video. But let's say you wanted to save 5 or 10 minutes, you just save 5 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever it is. Now, once you save that game, when you come into Share Factory here, we're going to go to New Project. Now, before it shows you the game that you've saved, you can pick, which I do usually, you can pick like a little opening video thing, and I'll show you what it means. So, they have these ones, they don't have a ton of them, but you can pick whatever one you want. So I'm just going to pick this little cyberpunk one, hit X. It brings you to the next screen. Now, on the top here, you can see little check marks. That's when I hit X. These are like the opening and the ending of my video. And I'll show you what it's going to look like. But we're going to pick the video that we want to actually edit. And it's going to be this video here. It's just 5-minute video of Fortnite. So you want to hit X, and you'll see the little blue check mark on the bottom right there. So now I've selected that video. And now the next screen is you want to hit a square. I don't really ever rename the projects, so I just hit continue, so hit X. Okay, now I'm going to play this video just the beginning so you can see. Now, what I'm doing is on the PlayStation controller, I'm just using my left thumbstick, and you just move it left or right, and you can slide through the whole video. This is the whole video, and that's why I like this way better than saving games on the PlayStation itself. The Share Factory one will save it exactly how the voice, everything, exactly how your gameplay was. But these are the two ending scenes. So remember at the very beginning I showed you there was 4 check marks, and we'll show you what it is. You can scroll around. So if you look at the the little menu on the very bottom here, on the far left it shows an X, which is plus, an X, which is like a little menu, which we're going to talk about. This is how you edit things. And then there's R2. So if you hit R2, it just will forward you to the right. So it's like right, you know, it says R2, but it's just right. It just, if I scroll it to the left here with my little right thumbstick, I can move it around in this little section of the video. So this little section is it's like 7 seconds long. Now if I'm right here and I just hit R1, it just takes me right to the end of that scene and the beginning of the next scene. But this is what the game has picked so far. So if I hit R2, it's just going to play it. And then it brings you into this next scene here. And then, you know, you can see my YouTube name. And now if you hit R2 and R2 again, it'll pause it. So it's like pause and unpause, pause and unpause. Now these are just 2 generic scenes. If you don't want them, we'll talk about how we can get rid of them. It's very easy. So let's say I don't want this one. If you just hit X, it'll bring up your little menu here. And if you look on the bottom, like I was showing you, there's like a little bottom master menu on the far. If you look to the far left, it'll show you. If you hit X, it's like a little wrench. It shows you like a little wrench, but it's like tools. So if I hit square, it pulls up this menu here. And the very bottom of these three levels, so you have a top row, top, middle, and bottom row. You can do stuff in the top and the middle row, but you can't do anything yet on the bottom row. But what we want to do is we want to just delete this clip. So you just hit square. You have to be in this clip. If you want to delete this clip, but you're over here, you're going to delete this clip. So you will have to be on top of the actual clip that you want to delete. So I'm going to hit square. And you just scroll over where it's blue, hit delete clip, and now I'm going to hit the X. Then it wants you to confirm, which thank God it does that. You hit X again, and now I've deleted that. So now the beginning of my video is this. Now sometimes what I'll do is, because I don't want people to be watching 7 full seconds of this, because it's kind of long, so I'll leave it like 5. And if you hit the square again, you can pull up this other little menu, and I'll show you 2 quick things we could do. Cutting the clip is like, basically think of it as taking like a pair of scissors, and you're going to cut it because it's a little too long. So I don't need it 7 seconds. I want to make it 5 seconds. So I want to split it. So I'm going to hit X right now. Now you hit X again, and it's going to ask you to confirm it. So you just move your D-pad, your directional arrows, left, right. I go from cancel to confirm. Now hit X again. Now if I don't do anything with it, see, it'll still play. Even though it looks like there's a scissor mark there, like it's cut. But if I play it, it still plays as if there's really, you can't even barely see that thing. But I'm going to delete this little section here, because I want to keep this little 5 second, and we're going to delete this one. So we're going to delete it the same way we did before. Now if you look on the lower bottom menu, there's a garbage can sign. So if I hit square, I want to delete the clip, and I just confirm it. So now I get rid of this. Now it's not 7 seconds, it's only 5 seconds. The other thing that I found, which is really pretty handy, because if I just let it play like this, it's going to go right into my clip. Now I'm not going to start the clip at that point, but I just want to show you, if people on YouTube are watching your video and they see this, and then it goes directly like into that, or whatever you want to start it at, but we'll get to that. You can, in between this little mark right here, it's a little like scissor mark, for example. If you hit X, now you can do some other kind of cool things. You can add a clip if you want to, like if you had another clip you want to insert in that section, we could talk about that. If you want to add an overlay, which we'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm going to add a transition. Now, they're really cool, and you guys will have to experiment with these. I'm going to show you where they're at, and you can experiment with them. But from this point, we're in this little first part here. I want to add a little transition from the ending of this to the beginning of this video. Now, what you do, like I said, you have to be in this section to do it. If you try to add something in the middle here and you're over here, it won't do it. You have to be ahead of that video here. So you have to be in this beginning section. So I'm going to hit X. I'm going to go over here where it says add transition. Now you hit X, and you have all these cool things you could add. Now I'm not going to add it yet. I'm just going to, it'll tell you if it's going to add, sorry, it'll tell you if it's going to add a certain length to it, but if you go down, it has all these little transit, breaking glass, or you can go to dissolves. Now we added that dissolve there, and see how it kind of dissolved into that. Now if I want to get rid of this dissolve, replace clip, edit transition, see? Now I want to replace it with something else. So basically, now the other thing is sometimes on PS5, if I make a mistake, and you will make mistakes, if I hit circle by accident, it brings me to this screen, and it's like an exit project screen. But if you made a mistake, just hit circle again, and it will bring you right back to your project. Now, if you screw up and you want to change this transition, you don't really necessarily want it. You just wanted to see what it was going to look like. You go. You can't do it from here. You got to be right on this transition, and then you hit the square again, and then go right down here to edit transition, and you want to replace it. You can delete it or replace it. Now let's just replace it with something just to see what it looks like. So now you have that. Or there's a whole bunch of them. I actually like these comic ones. They're kind of cool. So we're going to pick this one up here. And now it's going to be like that. You know what I mean? So we'll edit it again. I want to replace it. They have these wipes. These are kind of cool to have also. And there's a whole bunch of them you can do. Any one of these ones here. So we'll try this one. And they're just different little things you can do to your own. These ones, these cinematic ones, some of them are kind of loud. Well, we'll try like this one, the broken glass. It'll tell you, replacing it's going to shorten it, but I have never found it to be a problem. So I just hit confirm. So now when you do this, but then you have to go in. They're kind of loud. You can always lower the sound in a clip, but I'm going to go in here and replace the transition. And we're going to put in, I like these comic ones, so we'll just put that one in. So now we'll go right to the very beginning of it again. Hit R2. Remember, R2 pauses and plays your video. So R2 it. And then now you have a smooth transition over to your next scene. Well, yeah, fine. I'm going to hit R2, and it's going to take me to the very end of the game, of this match. And then, so L2 takes you to the left, and R2, of course, takes you to the right. Now, we have this transition in here, but if I go like right here, just for some reason, and let's say I didn't like this section right here. So the video's playing, starts playing. Let's just say you sneeze or you don't like something in there. When you save a video, what happens is it's going to save the last 20 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever you save. So you have to really go back in your whole video. You're 99% of the time not going to need the whole 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So I saved a 5-minute video here, but I don't need the whole 5 minutes. Let's just say I really wanted the last 3 minutes. So if I go back, you can scroll back and you can do whatever you want. And it saves the game. If I'm just going to play this random part here. Let's see. So it'll play the game exactly how the game when I was playing it, sound and everything. But if I hit and move my thumb left or right, I can move it forward or backwards. But I really don't need the full 5 minutes. So let's just say, for the hell of it, I want to stop right here. And I want to trim this video. I don't need the video to the left because that's older video. And the video to the right is the newer portion. So I'm just going to take it down to right where I want it. Let's say 2 minutes here. And then you go to your same thing, to your little tools menu. So you hit square, and now you're at that same menu. So I'm going to split it, hit X, split it, and now I'm going to hit X again, and you have to confirm it. So do you really want to split it? Hell yes, I do. And then now I'm going to get rid of this 2 minutes of video that I really don't need. Now, the point of me telling you this is because I have this transition here. So what I suggest is when you guys save videos, you start at the very end. Now I don't normally, this is the very ending of my video. The last. I don't need all this. So I'm going to delete this little section here. So I always start off at the very end of the videos and I work my way to the beginning. So we're going to hit square. I want to delete it. Delete that clip. So I deleted the little end section there that I didn't really want. We're going to keep all this. Like I said, we're going to go all the way until we have this thing split right where I split it before. Now the point is that we already know that I'm going to keep this last 3 minutes of the video, and this first 2 minutes I really don't need it, because when you save a video, if it's 30 minutes or 20 minutes, it just saves the last 30 minutes. And a lot of times I only need, you know, the last 10 minutes of a video. So you don't need the whole thing most of the time. That's why I always start off at the end and work my way to the beginning. So all this stuff here, I'm not going to need. But because we added that transition right there, if I go to delete this whole 2-minute section, which we're going to do, watch where that transition is there right here. You're going to end up deleting it and you'll have to do it again. That's why I start off at the end. So I'm going to hit square, delete the clip. So now we have that part, the last 3 minutes, which starts off healing, but we don't have the transition anymore. So this is the part that I want to keep, just this last 3 minutes of the video. But now we have to put the transition back, because now this is the meat and potato of my video. So I'm going to go back here. You go to that first section, remember. I'm going to hit square, not square. The other thing is, sometimes when you're in a section here, like we're going to add this transition. So you hit square, but if you make a mistake, if I hit X, it's going to bring me to my transition, not square. Now, if I hit square by mistake and it pulls up this other menu, that's fine too. Sometimes you'll make mistakes, like I'll make mistakes. I've edited a ton of videos, but square or X, it doesn't make a difference what you want to do. If you make a mistake, like we want to add a transition, but if I hit, instead of hitting square, if I hit X, it will add my transition screen. But if by mistake I hit square and I hit the wrong, I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to be in this section here. So I just hit cancel. It says hit cancel right there. Just hit the circle and it'll bring you back. So it doesn't make a difference if you make a mistake. And even if I hit circle again and make another mistake, which I do sometimes, I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to be in this screen either. Just hit circle again and it brings you back. So we're going to hit X. We're going to add our transition. We'll add whichever one it was. Hit X again. Now we added the transition. So now we're in the video that I wanted to kind of like work with. Now I'm going to show you one other thing. So at the very beginning here, I'm splashing. Now if you look on the bottom left there, it says hit X, like I said. And if you hit square, you guys already know you can trim a video. So what I'm going to show you is this. We're going to split this video right here. And the reason it's going to be, I'm going to show you something. So hit X again, split clip. Now it doesn't change anything. I haven't done anything with it other than the fact that I put this little like cut in here. But there's some kind of cool things you can do. One of them is if you go like here in the middle, like let's say you hit R2 and it brings you right to the middle, or R1. So we scroll around this little section, you hit R1 and it brings us right to the end of the video. Now if you hit square here, nope, see I didn't want to do that, so I'm going to hit circle again, because sometimes circle just cancels it and brings you back to like whatever the previous menu is. So I'm going to hit square. Now we're in this little main thing. So there's a lot of cool things you could do here. One of them is called clone clip. So if you want to clone a clip, you make sure your little what do you want? The little marker is in this little clip, and you can clone it. You can literally make a double of this clip. So I'm going to hit square, and you go over to clone clip. You can delete clip. You can move the clip. Like let's say I wanted to move this clip and put it to the very end of my video, because that's real easy. So now you'll see I have a L1 R1 tab. So if I don't like that splashing at the very beginning of my video, if I hit R1, look, now you hit X and you confirm it. So now at the very end of this video, PlayStation's funny. So that's where my splashing is. You move it wherever you want to move it in your video. So now I don't want it obviously at the end of my video, so I'm going to hit the square. I want to hit move clip again, so I'm going to hit X. Now I'm going to hit L1 because I want to put it back to where it was, and now I hit X to confirm it. So now I'm back. But you'll see now when you move things around where there's a transition, that transition is no longer there. So you just have to be aware if you want to put a transition there again, you just have to go and add that transition back. And it's real easy, like I said, add transition, boom, it's already there. Now, what I wanted to see, the other thing is cloning a clip. So if you hit square, you can make a clone of a clip. And I'll tell you where this is. I'm going to confirm it. So now it literally has two exact duplicates of the same scene. So here's my splashing, and here I'm splashing again. And sometimes what I'll do is, if I got shot and I don't agree with, I'm like, that's bullshit. Something I don't really, I wanted to see it in slow motion, so I'll put like the normal speed here, and then you can actually hit on the next scene, you could hit square button again, and you can go up to this thing called Time Bender, and if you hit X on Time Bender, you can make your scene faster or that same scene slower. So we're going to make it 1/8 of a speed. So, well, that's too long. Because let's see, it'll show you, see, current length, it's only 3 seconds where the red thing is. If I leave it on the little one time here, and the new length is 3 seconds. But if I move it over, the new length is now 15 seconds. So it took that little 3-second clip and it now made it into a 15-second clip. So let's just hit X on that. Now look at this, it's all purple. So that little 3-second clip went from that to this. And it's really, really pretty cool to do all that kind of stuff. And then sometimes, like I'll do, because I do this to highlight to people, hey, I got screwed over, or look at this crap. You can put text messages and things in here. So if you hit square again, nope, not square. If you hit X, you can add an overlay. You can add an overlay, which is just a little FX, little kind of cool thing you could do. And there's a lot of them you could do. So you hit X in here, and now you could add overlays into your game, into this thing. So let's just say, and there's a whole bunch of them. You can add text messages, like text words. So stickers, sound effects, camera. So you go over to text, you hit X. It says standard text, so I hit standard text. This is the one I use the most, this one right here. So I'm going to hit X on that one. And now you can just type up whatever you want. Whatever. The end. Then you hit whatever done or whatever you want to do. There's other characters you can add in here. You can add whatever you want. You can explore it. Once you hit done, you have some options. So you hit X again. Now look, you can do other things to those words. You can hit transform. You can move the words all around the screen. If you hit R1, you can make the words bigger. If you hit L1, you can make the words smaller. If you hit R2, you can spin them, to the right. You can spin them to the left. You can do whatever you want to do with these. So let's just say that I want to make the thing really big. And so then I'm happy with that. On the bottom left, you'll see where it says X. X, I like that. Now, opacity will make it the letters go in and out like that if you don't want them really bright. But I leave it at 100. But I go over to color, and you can make the words whatever. You use your left thumbstick. You can just scroll around on this top line here to whatever main color you want. Then you hit the directional key. You'll have to mess around with this. And if you look at the letters themselves, they will change. Deep colors, whatever you want, however you want to do it. So now I'm going to hit X to confirm, and then I usually go over to text effects, and I hit to this thing here, and it'll put the bold black letters around it. Then you go down to, you can always edit the text if you wanted to put something in there. You can change things around if you want, if you screwed it up. But if you're happy with that, then you can go to duration. You can make if you use the left and right thumbsticks, you can make the words as long 12 seconds to 15 seconds, so it's going to be on there for 3 seconds. If I bring it all the way to the beginning of the video, because where that little cut is, that's the beginning of the video. So now it's going to be on there. You do it as much as you want, as long as you want. So I'm going to hit X to and you hit circle twice. So now when I go to the scene, see? And you can do it as long as you want. So that's just demonstration purposes. So if I hit square again, you can do it. You can change the time bender to 1/2 speed. So now see the video's shorter. If I change it to 1/8 speed, see how wide that purple, now it's longer. So now it's going to go even slower. Like I said, R2 will pause and play your video. So you hit square, hit the time bender. If you want it back to the same speed, now it's just going to be the same thing. You guys can do whatever you want. Now I'm going to hit square, and I don't really need that. I just wanted to show you. So we're going to hit delete, delete. So now we have gotten rid of that. Now we can put another transition in here if we want. Add a transition, and we'll do, let's see what kind of, now those are dissolves, comic, wipes. We'll do a wipe, I guess. It doesn't really make a damn difference. So you go from this. You couldn't even see that wipe, so that transition sucked. So we'll just replace transition, and we'll put something that you can actually see. I barely saw that one. So you can do other things like say there's a guy up there shooting at me, up there that hill. If I hit square, nope. If I hit X, you go back to add an overlay. And like I said, they have these stickers you can put. So let's say you hit X, there are static stickers. You hit X again. There are all these stickers you can add in the game if you just scroll. So they have these. You just hit X and hit X again, and now we're going to transform it. Now you can move. Remember, you can move these so you can make it bigger or smaller. I'm going to point this little directional arrow up here at this guy up here. Right, now we hit X. Sticker duration, I don't need it for that many seconds, but you can do it as long as you want. You guys are the captain of your own ship, but just for the heck of it, we're going to do it for that long. You hit circle, circle to get you out, and then you'll see it pop up. And like I said, if you ever want to get rid of it, you don't like that thing, as soon as you see the right there, you just hit pause. If you hit square, you can go to edit overlays, and you can edit the overlay. You can either delete the sticker, you can add a time to the sticker, you can do, I haven't done any of these other things, align it or layer it, but I'm going to delete it. So you delete the sticker, now it's gone. And then you just hit circle. Circle basically gets you out of that little menu. Now if I hit circle too many times, it's going to bring me to this exit project, which I know I don't want to do. So hit circle. So we got these two little overlays in here. You can scroll through and you can add text as much as you want. Add overlays. They have these other stickers you could do that are kind of cool. They're called animated stickers. So you could do like a GG, or they have this little like police thing here. So you hit square, and now hit square again to transform it, and you can move these little police lights anywhere you want. You make them bigger or smaller, just like anything else. So hit X. Now sticker duration, same thing. You make it as long as you want, however long I want it to last. I hit X to confirm it, and I hit 0, or circle, whatever. So now, you got those little police lights in there. Now, the other thing you could do, which is kind of fun, like I said, you can add words if you're watching this video. So right here, I'm going to hit X, and I'm going to add an overlay, and we're going to go back to text, and I'm going to add a couple words. So I'm just going to put here, just to show you guys, it's pretty easy. Skeet, skeet, skeet. So I'm going to be, so you go to transform, hit X. If I don't want it right there, I'll put it like right here. Hit X to confirm it. I'm going to go to my color, hit X. And let's just say I want to keep the same green color. You can pick whatever color you want, but I'm going to hit X. I go to text effects, put that, and then as far as my duration, you can, like I said, you can make it as far as you want. I'm going to put it kind of like, let's see, kind of back here where I actually did it. So I'm just moving the timing of this thing. So when you have it the way you want it, you just hit X to confirm it, and then hit circle to get you out. And again, if you go too far, just hit circle again. So now if I hit R2 to play, see now it says skeet skeet because I know I'm going to use the shockwave. Skeet skate. So there's a million things you can do. You can add all kinds of different things. If I go back to add overlay, there's not the text. Add overlay. There's a bunch of different animated stickers you can use. Some of these will move in the video. Some of them won't. Don't forget, subscribe, like. There's a bunch of different things you can do. And you can make all these things, like this one here is kind of nice. You can transform it, see? And you can, like I said, you can move it around. So we're going to move it over here. We'll make it kind of bigger. This is just to show you guys. And then go to sticker duration. Like I said, you move it however you want. Confirm it, and then you just hit circle. Now if I go back a little bit, so you're kind of the captain of your own ship when it comes to Share Factory. There's a lot of other things that you guys can do. It's really pretty fun to mess around with. It's one of those things where you're going to have to just practice. The most important thing is when you're playing whatever game you're playing, that you save the game. You have to save it before you get into Share Factory. So you're playing your game of Division, whatever, on your controller, on the directional keypad, there's that little button right next to it. So you just make sure you hit it, go over to save recent gameplay, hit square, hit X. Now I can save the last 30 minutes because we've been online for more than 30 minutes. So you can save it, and it'll save it in the SharePlay library. So then when you go to add like at the beginning of the video, when we're picking up the things, you'll see that video in there, and you can add it. See, what else can I show you guys? You got the move clip, time bender, split clip, trim clip. Okay, so this is good. I'll show you that. Let's say, because I do use this, it's another thing I use often. Trim a clip is like split a clip. So if I want to trim a clip, actually I don't use that. Actually what I do is I just trim a clip, split a clip. So let's just say you're watching a video and you don't like you sneeze or you cough or somebody comes in the room and they start talking to you for a couple seconds and you're like, damn it, I don't want that part on my video. So you want to cut that little section out. Wherever it is, it doesn't really make a difference. So let's say I don't like that part because I got fucking lasered. So I want to just cut it out. So you just hit square, split clip, and then you hit square again, and you confirm it. Now, important, you'll see on the bottom left, you'll see if I hit square again, it's going to bring up the trash can to delete it, right? But we're not going to delete it. But next to that is a clip, it's for the X button, but it's grayed out right now. because you have to cut out a little section. You have to have at least like 2 or 3 seconds for it to actually cut something out. So I can't cut that out because it's too short. But if you watch on the bottom left, you'll see it'll turn white, and that's right there. So that's the shortest clip that I can cut out. If I go too far to the left, it won't let me cut out something that's too short. It's not enough. So there it turns white, and now I can cut that section out. And then, like again, if you look at the bottom left, like I said, where the trash can is, look just to the left of that, and you'll see that little X symbol. As I move this over just a tiny bit at a time, it'll turn white right there. That's when I can split the clip. So I'm going to hit X, split clip, confirm it. Now I can just cut out just that little section, and you just delete it. So it just cuts it right out. And if I want to cut out that whole part, or you can cut out whatever part you want, 1v1, it's a 1v1. So it's a 1v1. So I'm going to split the clip. I'm going to let this thing play for a little bit. Let's just say, and I hit X, and I cut that part out. So now you won't even hear that. Now it just goes right to the... So if you ever make a mistake in your videos, when when you save the game and different things happen, if you cough or sneeze, and you're going through your video, you might curse or whatever the case is, you can always just split that little section out and just trim it out. You know what I mean? And that's the easiest thing to do. Let's see. Add a screenshot, add a filter. These are things I don't really... You can add a screenshot if you want. Like there's screenshots that I've kept in the game before. If I hit X and then you hit square, you can add a screenshot to the end of your video. But then if you want to... If you want to move it, you can move this little clip like I showed you earlier. You can move clip. If you want to move it to the left or the right of your video, you can do that. I don't want to do it because I just put that in there, so I'm just going to delete it. And a lot of the other things you guys will have to just kind of pan and zoom. I should start messing around with that because that looks like it'd be kind of fun. So you can zoom in on a part. Now, when you get to the end of your video and everything looks good, let's say, yep, I got shot. I don't need this little last section, let's just say. I'm just going to hit square, go over to split clip, X, confirm it. Now I'm just going to delete this little thing here, so I hit square, confirm it. So now at the very end, that little section's gone. And then if you want to upload to YouTube, let's just say this is the end of my video. Once you hit circle, you hit circle again, it's going to say share video and exit. Have your whole video and you did all your little things. And you're good to go. You get to the very end, you hit circle, share video, and exit. So if you hit X, and once you finish doing that, it's going to... Well, we can do it, I suppose. Let's just make the video a lot shorter, just so I could show you. Okay, so this is the video. Let's just say that this is our 15-minute video. It's all good to go. We like it. Now we're going to hit circle. We're going to share video and exit. Really good little videos. So this is the screen you'll see at the very end. And you want to share it. If you share it later, you can do it, but then you're going to have to upload it again. So I always just hit X, and I'm going to share it now. And this is what it's going to give you. So I'm going to either create a group, or I'm already linked to YouTube, or you can, and so I'll just hit X. Now if you hit upload right now, this is the title of your video. You can enter a description, but you can also enter a description on your YouTube. When you're managing videos on YouTube, you can always change the title or the description. But in here is where I'll just put in a title, and most of the time it's already kind of like, Fortnite duos, let's just say. And then I'll just hit R2 on the very bottom over here where it says done. You can shortcut it and hit R2, Now, if I go to upload and I hit X, it's going to upload it to YouTube. Let me hit this. Now we're back at our main screen. This is my last project that I just did. And these are some of the other things, other games and things that I've done. And they're the same thing. If I look at this previous video, I don't even know if it's going to show it. Exit without saving. So now, this is just, oh, because I deleted these. Yeah. So that is, I don't like to keep, once I upload videos to YouTube, I don't on my hard drive. So a couple of days later, I will just delete them so they're not in my hard drive. Once I upload them to YouTube, that's all I need. I just delete the shit from my. Is really a good editor, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. You just have to utilize it and just try it. You know, it's really pretty fun when you start. And the more often you do it, the more often that you upload videos, the better you'll get at doing it. And you'll see you can, and it saves really good videos. Oh, last thing. This is important. All right, this is the last thing. Okay, so we're gonna pick this other video. So I hit X, right? I picked the video. Now I hit square, and we send it continue. This is our video. Okay, you guys already know I don't need this, so I'm gonna hit square. I'm gonna delete it. I don't really need this. I'm gonna hit square and delete it. But what I want you to see is you want to upload videos to YouTube, but you can do it in like a high quality. So if I hit my now on my right directional keys, where on the PlayStation you have the triangle, square, X, and circle, there is another little options button there. This you want to do when you're doing your video at the very beginning. So you hit the little square thing there, and it's going to say export settings. Now you hit this. I already have it picked on highest quality, WEM. So for a long time I had it on this come on, export settings. You hit square if you want to move it around. So I've had it on this most efficient. I was uploading videos for a long time on YouTube, 1920 by 1080. But if you want to have the highest quality video that you can have uploading to YouTube, put it down to the highest quality, hit square, that will save it, and now your video will be 4K video. Okay, that's unless you want to do the most efficient, it doesn't matter either one. They both look good, but the highest quality one is what's going to be probably what you're going to want to have. You know what I mean? Let me get out of here. Exit without saving. So that's another important thing. Once you do it once, you don't have to do it every single time you're doing videos, because once you choose highest quality video, that choice is always going to be there unless you change it. Hope this helped you. Hope this video helps you guys out. If it did, like, subscribe. This is a good, simple kind of Share Factory tutorial, and hopefully I didn't go too fast or too slow. I just wanted to make things and go over things that I use the most, which is delete, adding words, adding pictures, and cutting videos and stuff like that. It'll help your videos out tremendously, and like I said, it's a free option that Share Factory has. So you guys have a great day, and God bless you.